Hello students, today we're going to review how to use the scientific notation. It will be of good use to you. Enjoy! Would you be able to name these numbers? Kind of tough. Well, we're going to simplify these numbers by using the scientific notation. So we could actually do a conversion and call this one 3 times 10 exponent 8 meters per second. That's very fast, just saying. And just to relate to the exponent here, it is actually the number of zeros that we have here until we reach this first number, which becomes a coefficient. When the decimal point is here on the left of the numbers, okay, we will be moving it towards the right so that there is one number here, decimal, whatever, times 10 exponent, in this case negative 10 kilograms, just for fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So moving the decimal point left makes the exponent positive, while moving the decimal point right makes the exponent negative.
Now that we know how to transform a number into scientific notation, let's see if we can do it backwards, the other way around. So my first example here is 3.75 times 10 exponent 3 meters. I've got a positive exponent. This number actually is representing 1,000, as it's got 30, just like the exponent, but it also means that I'm going to be moving my decimal point of 3 positions. So if I rewrite my number, 375, start from my decimal point original position and move it 3 positions to the right, it means I need to add a 0 in order to transform this number into a regular number. Don't forget that these are meters, so I should be placing my unit of measurement next to it. And that would give me 3,750 meters. Oppositely, if my exponent is negative, I need to move my decimal point of the same number of position, but to the left. Let's rewrite my number, 68, and start from my original decimal point position and move it 5 positions to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This means that I'm going to be adding zeros until here. So my number actually is 0.000068, and those were kilos. So let's write the unit again.
So as you saw in the previous slide, the scientific notation is made up of a coefficient called a mantissa, which is an absolute value greater or equal to 1 but less than 10. Okay, so the absolute value is located between 1, it can be equal to 1, but it has to be greater than 1 but less than 10, so up to 9 point whatever. So the coefficient is then multiplied by a base 10 with the appropriate exponent. We said that a negative exponent means that the value is less than 0, so 0 point something, and a positive exponent means that the value is greater than 0. Much greater can be. What about an exponent that's equal to 0? What is that? Any number exponent 0, not necessarily base 10. What is that equal to? Give it a try. There are some rather simple rules for making operations with numbers that are in the scientific notation. First off, for multiplying scientific notation numbers, we would first multiply the coefficients. Then we would add the exponents and finally adjust the decimal point so the coefficient is between 1 and 10. Here's an example. You multiply the coefficient. So you take 3 and 2 and multiply them. 3 times 2 gives us 6. Second, we add the exponent. So here we have 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Therefore, my answer will be 6 for coefficient times 10, my base exponent 9. Here is another example of a multiplication using scientific notation. So I have to first multiply my coefficient. I have 3. 7 times 5 times 3. When I multiply 7 times 5 times 3, I know that 7 times 5 is actually 35. And when I times that by 3, I end up with 105. Strange looking coefficient. We'll work at it in a little bit. Times my base 10 number. Now I need to add all of my exponents. And I have 4 plus 6 plus 2. And when I do this total, I reach the number 12. What's wrong with this number? My coefficient does not reflect the rule of having a coefficient between 1 and 10 because my decimal point is way up here. So I'm going to need to move it of 2 position to the left to have a proper coefficient between 1 and 10, 1.05. Now this means that I'm going to have to adjust my exponent because I moved my decimal point towards the left. When I move the decimal point to the left, I need to remember that I need to add to the actual exponent the number of positions, in this case 2, that I've moved it towards the left. So my new exponent with my proper coefficient is 10 exponent 14. So my final answer is 1.05 times 10 exponent 14. Let's say that now I need to divide numbers that are written with the scientific notation. The first thing that I do is divide my 2 coefficient. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So there's my new coefficient. It's going to be multiplied by a base 10. What do I do with my exponent? I need to subtract them. So I will do 6 minus 3. And this will give me my new exponent of 3. And do I need to adjust my coefficient here? No. This is the right answer. Here is another example of division using scientific notation. So let's practice quickly the 3 rules. 9 divided by 3 is 3 times my base 10, and I have 6 minus negative 3. As you probably recall, a negative that's being subtracted. These 2 minus signs here become a plus. So this is actually equivalent to minus 6 plus 3, and it gives me negative 3. So my actual exponent here is going to be negative 3. So dividing 9 times 10 exponent negative 6 by 3 times 10 exponent negative 3 will give me the answer of 3 times 10 exponent negative 3.
Let us review another thing that you might come across working with scientific notation, which is the power rule. The power rule is when you have a second exponent that is the multiplier of your original scientific notation. What you do is you only multiply this exponent with the previous exponent of the power of 10. So this example here, 6 times 10 exponent 6 to the power of 3 would give you 6 times 10 exponent 3 times 6, which is 18. Now the second rule says to adjust the decimal point so the coefficient is still between 1 and 10. In this case we have 6. It doesn't matter. But if we had had a 3 in front of this, same expression, we would have first, by respect of the order of operation, done the exponent, right? So you would still have 3 times 6 times 10 exponent 18, but now we have to multiply the 3 with the coefficient 6, and that gives us 18 times 10 exponent 18. So I need to move my decimal point from here one position here. So to have a truly scientific notated number, I would have 1.8 times 10 exponent 19.
Well, here's your time to practice. You can practice with these 5 problems and write them down somewhere, and the last slide will actually give you the answer.